How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sicky TV, and today we're going to be doing a long-term review of the Samsung Galaxy S10. As you all know, I've had the S10e for a while, but I recently traded it in for the full version S10 just because it went down in price, and this was the version that I originally wanted. I was just being cheap and got the S10, but now that this version did go down on T-Mobile as far as price-wise, I went ahead and traded it in, and now I have the full version Galaxy S10 in the Prism Blue. Really enjoying this phone. Probably the best Samsung phone to date. Excellent display, and I've been using this for less than a month now, but this is going to be, I guess, a long-term review since this phone has been out for a while, and I was not able to do a earlier review of this device just because I didn't have it, but now I do. So let's go ahead and jump down into it. My experiences with the Samsung Galaxy S10. So let's go. Display wise, it's a 6.1 inch, I guess it's a dynamic AMOLED that they're calling it. With the Infinity O display, you have a resolution of 1440 by 3040, and you have 550 pixels per inch. Excellent display. One of the best displays on the market. Samsung really does the best displays. The S10e was still a good display. It came in at 1080p though. This is a Quad HD display, and colors on here, everybody knows Samsung knocks it out of the park with their displays. If you want an excellent display on a smartphone, get a Samsung. Hands down, the best displays on here. It does support HDR10 Plus on here, and you do have Corning Gorilla Glass 6 covering the front as well. So really nice. 6.1 inches. You do have the in-display fingerprint sensor that is built underneath the display as well. So a lot of improvements right there, a lot of innovation. Samsung's really coming forward with their features, and really nice display. You won't be disappointed with this phone. As far as the size goes, the device is about 590 inches tall, 2.77 inches wide, and 0.31 thick. So it is really nice to hold in the hand. Very slim and compact. It's a 6.1 inch phone, so it's not small, but it's not big. It's sort of the sweet spot as far as size wise. The Galaxy S10 Plus is 6.4 inches. That may be big for some people, but I think 6.1 inches for me is a sweet spot for a phone. It's not too small, it's not too big, and you still have great usability using one hand on here. So really nice, excellent size. The build quality on here is just beautiful. It looks just really fancy with the curved display and the trim going around it, which is a shiny chrome metal going around, and then the glass back, glass front. It just has this really fancy look to it with the contrast black on the cameras, which I really don't mind. Some people may not like that. I don't mind. It just looks really classy and really premium, and it feels excellent in the hands. The power button is a little bit high up. I guess they really want you to use the fingerprint sensor, but the buttons are a little bit higher up than I would like. I would like them to be a little bit lower. It's funny how they do the Bixby button right in the right spot. They need to lower the other buttons as well, but it's still, nevertheless, it's still a really good design. You do have a headphone jack, which is excellent. Samsung's keeping that. At the top, you do have micro SD card extension as well. It is running Android 9 Pie with Samsung's One UI on top of it, and One UI is definitely a huge improvement for Samsung. Definitely the best user interface they've come out with. Everything is nicely featured, and everything is like at the bottom. Really easy to get to. Your notifications too. Once you swipe down, everything is lowered for you to reach. Really nice. You have a dark mode, universal dark mode for all your settings and all your apps and everything. So Samsung really knocked it out of the park with the One UI. This is a Snapdragon 855 version, T-Mobile version. You got 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and it is expandable via micro SD card up to 1 terabyte, I believe. And so that's really cool. You got the Adreno 640 GPU on here, so gaming and everything is going to be phenomenal on here. I don't play a lot of games, but if you do play a lot of games, no worries. This phone will definitely handle it. As far as slowdowns or anything, I haven't really had anything major. If you're downloading a whole bunch of different apps or something, you will have a little bit of a stutter, but it's nothing to cry home about. This phone is still blazing fast. One of the fastest Samsung's phones ever, I think, in my opinion, but really, really nice in performance. As far as cameras go, you got 3 different cameras on the back. You got your 12 megapixel main sensor with an aperture of 1.5, and it switches to 2.4 depending on the lighting as well. You got autofocus, OIS, and you can record 4K up to 60 frames per second. Your second camera is a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and it's aperture of f2.4, and you have 2 times optical zoom on that lens as well. And one of the new ones is the Samsung included on their devices is the ultra wide angle lens, 16 megapixel f2.2, and you have 120 degree field of view, so that is awesome. Really, really nice pictures on here. The front facing camera is a 10 megapixel camera. As you can see, the hole cut out, really nice implementation of that. Don't like the notch. This is really, really nice. Doesn't really get in the way of anything. When you're watching videos, you sort of just forget about it. 10 megapixels, f1.9 autofocus, and you can record up to 4K at 30 frames per second using this camera. So really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and play some footage for you taking on this phone just to show you guys a little bit of how it looks. Of course, there's going to be some pictures flashing on your screen as far as pictures I've taken with this and some video. So go ahead and check out this video. That way you guys could check out how well this takes video. So stick around. Samsung Galaxy S10, 4K resolution. Checking out the geese and the ducks. Samsung Galaxy S10, 4K. Let me know what you guys think. Looks beautiful on the viewfinder. Samsung Galaxy S10, 4K. And this is the Samsung Galaxy S10 front-facing camera. Highest resolution 4K. Checking out the scene. Full-on circle. Let me know how the sound is, how it looks. I'm walking. Let me know how everything looks as far as exposure wise. Gonna make you all dizzy. S10 front facing camera, 4K. Alright, so we're doing Samsung Galaxy S10, 4K 60 frames per second. Highest resolution that the Samsung can record. And go ahead and show the exposure. This beautiful sky and the beautiful clouds. Let me know what you guys think. We're walking. Check out that video stabilization. I'm not jogging or anything. 4K Samsung Galaxy S10. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed some of that footage that I took with this phone. So really, really excellent video. All of it shot in 4K. The front-facing camera, I think, as well was in 4K. So you get a lot of excellent shots on here with this phone. Night mode, I didn't really get to take that many pictures as far as nighttime goes. If I find any, I'm pretty sure I'll post some of them, or you'll see some of them right now. As far as sound goes, you do have Dolby Atmos on here, which is really, really cool. You have a whole bunch of different options: auto, movie, music, voice, etc. And this does make a huge difference of audio on here. You have stereo speakers, one stereo speaker up here at the top for all your highs, front facing, and then you got your bottom firing for all your lows and stuff like that. And they both work together really, really well. Some of the best speakers I've heard on a smartphone to date. I don't know how good the Pixel 3 is, but this is really good. Sounds loud, sounds crisp, clear, and Dolby Atmos really makes a huge difference. And you also have your headphone jack at the bottom. Excellent audio. Is not as loud as, say, your LG devices, but it still does a job. And you do also have really good audio using Bluetooth. So if you want to connect your wireless headset, you can use Bluetooth, and it does sound really good with that Dolby Atmos. It is all tuned by AKG too, by the way, the speakers on here, so keep that in mind. Headphones are tuned by AKG as well. As far as battery goes, it's a 3400 milliamp hour battery, and you do have fast wireless charging and fast wireless charging, so that is really cool. And another feature that the Samsung does include is the reverse wireless power share, which allows you to charge other devices on here. I suggest just charging like a smartwatch or your Galaxy Buds on here, since the wattage is too low to do like a phone or anything at a decent speed. You could charge a phone on here, but it's just going to be really slow. But the Galaxy Watch or the Galaxy Buds will charge perfectly on here. So you just place your phone on, you get the little blue light. When it's charging, it'll change red. So really cool. Nice option to show off with your friends. It works pretty well. Like I said, not really too good for a phone, but for accessories, you'll be alright. The fingerprint sensor, like I said, really quick to use. 9 out of 10 times it'll work for me, depending on your fingers, if they're wet or if they're not. But it works pretty well. Sometimes Face Unlock will unlock it before you could even use the fingerprint sensor. So keep that in mind. Face Unlock is really fast. So you can unlock your phone like that. So sometimes Face Unlock does unlock quicker than by the time it takes me to put my fingerprint sensor or fingerprint in there to unlock the device. But you can use both of them. Face Unlock isn't as secure as Apple's or LG's as far as 3D facial recognition. It's a 2D facial recognition, so keep that in mind. So you might want to stick to the fingerprint sensor, but you can use both at the same time. Bluetooth 5.0 on here, allowed to connect 2 different devices at once, so that's really cool. You got like a long range of, I believe, it's 200 feet of connectivity using Bluetooth 5.0. So if you leave your phone in one room, you walk to another room, and you're listening to music, you should be okay. You got Wi-Fi 6 on here too, faster Wi-Fi speeds. I don't know if you need a Wi-Fi 6 router, but Wi-Fi is pretty fast on here. No issues downloading stuff at home, connected to the Wi-Fi, so really cool. HDR10 Recording Plus, back to the camera as well. You do have the option to record in HDR10, and you do have the option to play that back as well on this phone, since it does support HDR10. You do have an always-on display as well. You have all your information up here. You can click this to where you have it off, to where you can double tap, and you do have different widget options on here to scroll through when you're playing music, weather, and stuff like that. So really cool. You do have a heart rate sensor on here as well, which is right here next to the camera flash. So you download Samsung Health, you can check your heart rate, and of course if you have a smartwatch too, you can check your heart rate with that too. The colors this phone comes in is Prism White, Prism Black, Prism Green, Prism Blue, and Flamingo Pink. This is the Prism Blue version. My wife has the Prism White version. I almost thought about getting the Flamingo Pink, but I went ahead and went with this one. It's not really a pink, it's more of a salmon color, but it is what it is. I went ahead and went with the blue just to be safe. Same color as the S10e that I had before. So really nice phone. Excellent device. I know I'm a little late with the as far as the review or the long-term review or whatever, but fuck it, I figured better late than never. I just wanted to get my opinions out of this phone. I really love this phone. Probably the best Samsung phone they have ever made. It's a beautiful design. It feels excellent in the hands. Really nice looking phone. Just very classy, and I do not have any regrets getting this phone. Like I said, I just wanted to put my opinion out there, what I think about it, and hope you guys enjoyed the little footage that I showed you guys earlier as far as camera goes. And thank you guys for watching and hearing me out on my thoughts of the Samsung Galaxy S10. So that being said, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little notification bell for notifications, future content of my channel. That way you know when I release videos so you guys can watch. Thumbs up if you like this video. Thumbs up, down if you didn't. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.